Bang Bang Shrimp is Bonefish's claim to fame holy grail appetizer, and it's the staple that everyone has to get on their very first time. Then this is what you get if you're really in the know. I'm talking about saucy shrimp. I don't even think they have this on the menu anymore, but they still have all the ingredients. Sometimes they'll bring it back for a limited amount of time. It's kind of like their McRib. But this is my favorite appetizer. If I could eat Bang Bang Shrimp once a day, this I could eat twice a day. Why not just save ourselves all the hassle, make it at home for like a third of the cost? Don't go anywhere. If we're gonna do this and do this the right way, then we're gonna have to start by making a base sauce first. Any recipe for saucy shrimp that doesn't tell you to make lime tomato garlic sauce first should not be trusted. Don't even look at it. Lime tomato garlic sauce, or LTG, was one of the base sauces for Bonefish. I know they got rid of it for a while. I don't know if they still have it as an option on the menu, but it was always the best choice. Lime tomato garlic sauce is where it's at. And this is a good recipe to have because this stuff is great on everything: fish, chicken, shrimp, pork, whatever. This is one of my favorite sauces ever, and that's what we're gonna make right now. We're gonna start by peeling 4 cloves of garlic. The easiest way to do this is to just smack them with a knife. Then they should just fall right out of the skin, just like this. And we want this chopped up nice and fine, so start by giving it a rough chop at first. Go back over it with your knife a couple times until it's really small. Set that aside for now and grab yourself a Roma tomato. I'm making just enough for 2 people, so I decided on just 1 tomato is fine. Roughly chopped, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's gonna cook down, so something like that is fine. Get yourself your favorite medium saucepan, and this is one of the easiest sauce recipes to make. We're literally gonna throw everything in the pot and let it simmer. So tomatoes go in, then we're gonna add in our garlic. Make sure to get every little piece in there. A good 1/4 cup of sun-dried tomatoes, 1/4 cup of white wine. We're gonna need the juice of 1 lemon and 1 lime. So cut them both in half, and then if you have one of these fancy juicer tools, you can use that. If not, you can just use your hands. Nobody's gotta be fancy. Squeeze all that juice in there, but make sure to get multiple camera angles just for fun. And if you haven't caught on yet, with every restaurant sauce that we've ever done, there's a ton of sugar. This sauce is no exception. We're not just adding 1, not 2, but 4. 4 tablespoons of sugar. You wonder why these things taste so good. Bring your saucepan of goodies over to the stove, set to medium heat. Make sure to give it a little stir just to mix everything up all together, and then we are gonna let this simmer for about 15 minutes until we reduce the liquid by about half. So when you're done, it should be nice and syrupy and thick. The tomatoes have cooked down, all the flavors have just blended together. Then to finish this sauce off, we're gonna add about 1/2 cup of heavy cream. No, I never said this was gonna be healthy in any way, shape, or form. Make sure to season it with a good hefty pinch of salt, a couple grinds of fresh cracked pepper. We're gonna bring this back to the stove, set to low heat this time, where we're gonna add a couple tablespoons of butter. 1 tablespoon at a time, let it melt, stir it up to incorporate it, and then add the 2nd tablespoon. From this point on, you do not wanna bring it up to high heat because it'll break the sauce. You should have a nice, thick, delicious sauce, give it a little taste, and then set it aside while we work on our shrimp. Now you're gonna need to bust out your favorite sauté pan. Add yet another tablespoon of butter. Once that melts, we're gonna need about 20 or so medium peeled, deveined, preferably tail off shrimp. Add them right to the pan along with a 1/4 cup of Kalamata olives. Cut in half, saute that up until your shrimp's natural thermometer turns them a pinkish orange hue. Then we're gonna take our sauce that we set aside and add about half right to the shrimp. Make sure not to focus on the food, just to focus on your hand during this shot. Let that simmer for just another minute or 2 until it warms everything through and through. Give it a good little stir. And if you could smell this right now, you would be very jealous. Grab a kind of plate bowl hybrid thing, something that's good at holding a bunch of sauce, and add everything right to it. And you know what? I'm just gonna add the rest of the sauce right on top because I like it extra saucy, especially if you have some bread to dip it in. But we need one more thing. Crumble up about 2 ounces of good quality feta cheese right on top. You can never have too much feta cheese. And that is your saucy shrimp. Bang Bang Shrimp is the classic, the staple, but saucy shrimp is the must-have. It's creamy, it's salty, it's the perfect vessel to dip crunchy bread in, and we did it all for just this much money. If we're ever in Bonefish Grill, we have to get saucy shrimp. As a matter of fact, Ashley, I know you have to go back to work. You wanna try it?
Yes.
Let me know what you think. I know this is your absolute favorite.
My favorite.
The tails are on the strips, so be careful. Here, you wanna try one without a tail on?
Redo.
This one doesn't have a tail on. Yeah. I know I've made it a couple times before, but it's this one. This is like the real deal, right?
This is the closest you've ever made. This is what it tastes like, that sweetness. Favorite. I will be taking this now.
there you have it. Thank you so much for joining me again. I'm Jim with Doesn't Pay Full Price. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Doesn't Pay Full Price, and I'll see you next time.